everyone. I hope everyone's had a good week. Um, I'm a little sick, so this might be I might be a little bit hard to understand. But also this is like my third or fourth time trying to make this video, so let's see how this goes. So multiple relationships can take many forms. I've explained this all a couple I'm so sorry. um, so it could be supervisor and um employee, coworker, and friend, pastor and friend and mentor, um, counselor, mentor, friend, question mark. It just kind of depends. A lot of relationships can take on many roles. Like, you could be partners and in a sexual relationship, but also be friends at the same time, too. Sort of like that. The um Most relationships aren't unethical. Multiple relationships, sometimes the thing is you have to watch out for blurred lines. So basically, like, I'm friends with my supervisor, but there are some things that we can't discuss, and some things that we have a working friendly relationship, and we do have a friendship, but it also takes a back seat at work. Especially if I do something and she's like, "Oh, Michaela, like, this needs to be done a different way." That's also, I am friends with one of my own employees, and I need to be really careful about that and what I say to her and how I navigate our friendship and being her supervisor. Um, that also kind of goes with my other, like, really close friendships with my other coworkers and employees. Um, but as long as you have open communication and know the boundaries, it shouldn't be unethical. It only gets unethical when you use it in a way that benefits yourself. Um, and that it crosses moral boundaries. Especially, like, so one example is I had a store manager who got into a relationship with a cashier, and that was, I'm so sorry. Hello. um Hi, cat. This is Sinbad, by the way. um I had a where was I had a store manager who got into a relationship with a cashier, and that crossed a lot of moral boundaries, especially since, like, that was his employee. And not only that, but he was married at the time, so whew, yeah, that was some work drama right there. um but also, like, if you're a counselor and friend, like, some of the lines can get blurred, especially, like, all if you're family also, and it's just like, you'd know things and secrets and all the dirty thoughts that they had at one time that they may not think of later on about, like, family member and other friendships that you guys had. That also kind of goes with social workers or police with friends. If there's a case that pops up with those friendships, you have to take a step back and have someone else work the cases, because it's unethical to work on that case even though you would want to try and help your friend. And I think that's, like, the crux of it, because you wouldn't be um oh, I had the word earlier and it was in my other video, but impartial, there we go. You wouldn't be impartial to the case. um and the role of touch. So I am a very tactile person. I really am. I love hugs, and I'll lean on people and hand holding, even if you're friends. Like, I am just like, okay, he's being really cute, so we're gonna take like 2 second break. Sorry. Um, easily distracted sometimes. Um, uh, but, um, I very much am a tactile person, and at work I have to be very careful because it can be taken in a sexual way, and I never want that. So I think it's all about communication. It's gonna be like, hey, can I hold your hand? You're going through something, and I want to show you that I really truly care about you. But I don't know if you will take it the wrong way or if you even want to be touched at this point. My brother's girlfriend does not like to be touched very much, other than my brother. She's not, her family wasn't big into hugs or um, being tactile. And so I've come up with a way of like, hey, like, do you want a fist pump, a high five, or do you actually want a hug? And like, I've actually gotten hugs from her. And other times it could just be a fist bump, and that's okay. But I just want to show her that I accept her and that I love her as family now, but I also want to make sure that she's in a comfortable position, and I think that's sort of what you kind of need to do, and it's all about communication. This is all about being open, um, and being able to discuss these hard questions and these hard topics. Um, I think morals get in the way sometimes. Um, and it's really hard, like, especially when someone's dying. Because you don't want them to leave, but you also don't want the pain to go on. Um, this is a really hard subject for me because my grandmother lived 7 years with Alzheimer's, and at the end, like, it was a shadow of who my grandmother was. The disease had riddled her so badly, that it was her, but only in a slight form. There wasn't much left by the time that she ended. And honestly, if she had gone into cardiac arrest earlier, I don't think we would have had them resuscitate her, because I don't think she would want to live that way. Live in a way where she's only half a person. So it's really hard, and I get that people are like, well, I want you to stick around for me, and I want you to like live as long as you can, but you gotta understand that these people are in pain every single day of their lives. And I think it should be up to the person. And I think it's a hard conversation you have to have before your faculties start to go, or if something random happens. You only live once, and you honestly don't know what happens tomorrow, or even in a couple hours from now. So I think you should be able to discuss with your family what needs to be happen and what you would want, and maybe write it down so that if there's any discrepancies, it's like, no, here it is in written form. And it does get hard. It does get hard if you are working on a case and you don't really believe in, like, not being able to resuscitate a person. And I think you need to put aside and remember it's all about them. It's all about what they decide and what they need in their lives. And it's their decision. They have the free will to decide what they need to do. And so you just have to remember that and be okay knowing that you did everything you can, that you stood beside them, that you made sure that they knew that they weren't alone in this battle. and that's all you can do. Um, so I think that's it. I think we finally got through this video. Woo! I'm so excited. Um, and I will see you guys next week.